Second entry is cash account debit, discount allowed debit to Arun. Cash account debit, discount allowed debit to Arun. So cash account is debit to Arun account. So we'll move on to cash account first. On June 4, cash account is debit. Cash account is debit on June 4 to Arun account with rupees 4,900. Cash account is debited to Arun account 4,900. Not only cash account, discount allowed was also debit to Arun. Discount allowed account was also debit to Arun for rupees 100. So we'll move on to discount allowed account. Here we can see discount allowed account is also debit. Discount allowed account is also debit to Arun account rupees 100. Discount allowed debit to Arun rupees 100. In this way you need to make entries. Next is, after we have made the entries for debit side, now we'll also move the entry credits reverse side. Arun account is credited. Arun account is credited by cash by discount allowed. Arun account is credited by cash as well as by discount allowed on June 4th. So we'll move on to Arun account. This is Arun account. Arun account is credited. Arun account is credited, so the entry will come this side on June 4th by cash account by discount allowed. Arun account was credited by two entries, by cash account as well as by discount allowed account, 4,900 and 100. Next is the entry on June 10th. Hari's account debit to sales account. Hari's account debit to sales account. So we'll move on to Hari's account. It is Hari's account. The account number 6 is Hari's account. So Hari's account was debited to sales account. So Hari's account on the debit side will write to sales account 30,000. Hari's account debit to sales account 30,000 on 2018 June 10th. Now we can go back to journal again. Hari's account was debited to sales account, but sales account was also credited by Hari's account. The reverse side, if you see, sales account was credited by Hari's account. So in the sales account, we'll make entry again. Sales account will be credited by Hari's account for rupees 30,000 on 2018 June 10th. In this way we need to make entries for all the journals. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now after this you will make entries for all the journal entries. All the entries will be posted to ledger. There are 11 accounts, as I have told you. 11 accounts have been prepared. With this 11 accounts, the gap between them, you can keep the gap as 1 to 2 centimeter gap between each accounts at the top also, and the 1 to 2 centimeter gap you can keep between all the accounts. You can make, if you have a full scape size copy, you can make 3 or 4 ledgers according to the requirement. If the entries are more in each ledger, in each account, you can make 3 ledgers on each page. If there are more, you can make 4 ledgers. You can make 4 ledgers also if there are less entries in each account. If there are more entries, make 3 ledgers in a page. In one sheet, make only 3 ledgers, or if you want to make it 4, you can also make 4 ledgers in one sheet. In this way you will prepare all the 11 ledgers, and how to post entries there, that also I have shown you. After you post entries in all the ledgers, here you can see these are the total 11 ledgers that I have prepared. After you prepare all the 11 ledgers and post entries there, thereafter you need to balance the amount. You need to balance the amount on the debit and credit side. Since we have two sides here, in general what you have seen, the accounts are automatically balanced. Both debit and credit gets auto tallied, but in ledger you will not get auto tally of both the debit and credit side. So what you need to do here, if there are some transactions on both the sides, like in Mahesh account we have on debit side, but on credit side we didn't had any transaction, so obviously the debit side is more. Whichever side has more total, the total of whichever side is more, you will write that total. Like 9,600 plus 400 is 10,000. You will write 10,000. You will prepare such a total column at the same line, at the same level on both the sides of the amount column. On both the sides of the amount column at the same level, such amount column should be made. Such a line for amount should be made in each of the account. You can see here in each account I have prepared such line for making total. One line, then 2 lines to close that. In the same level it should come. Now after you prepare this, you can write the total like 9,600 and 400, 10,000, because this side we have 10,000, this side we didn't had anything. So what is the total more? 10,000. Which side is more? Debit side is more. With 10,000 you write 10,000 here, and the same total you copy on the other side also. Whatever is the total on the side which has more amount, the same total you will copy the both side. After you copy this side also, Now from 10,000 you will deduct whatever is there. Since here we have 0, here we don't have anything, so 10,000 minus 10,000 minus 0 will be 10,000. 10,000 is the total here. Here we don't have any amount, so 10,000 minus 0 will give us 10,000. This 10,000 will be written as by balance CD. CD means carried down or carried forward. You can call it carried down as well as carried forward. On the ending day of the month, this month is June, so at the end of June month, June 30th, we'll make the entry by balance CD. We'll write by balance CD to the balance that we have made to tally the total on both the sides. Here this side was 10,000, this side also we wrote the total 10,000, but this side nothing was there, so just to balance it we have written 10,000. 10,000 minus 0, that is 10,000. This is known as balancing figure, so this is called balance CD. Also we'll write by balance CD. This is known as balancing figure. On June 30th, the ending date of that month, whichever month you are having the transaction, the last date of that month will be auto taken. You can select the date as automatically the last date of the month on which transactions are made as the balancing date. So by balance CD you will write here 10,000. The same balance will be copied below the total. This balancing figure balance CD is written above the total. Now same balance you will also copy below the total on the opposite side. If the balance CD is appearing on the credit side, the balance BD below the total you will write on the opposite side. If this balance sheet would have been appearing here, that balance BD would have been coming here on the opposite side. So on the opposite side below the total you will write by balance to balance BD. Since it was the credit side, so I have written by. It is on the debit side, so I will write 2. Always remember, on the debit side we write 2 and on the credit side we write by. For each the transactions, all the items it is written credit side by, debit side 2. Now this side the same item balance CD will copy on the debit side to balance BD. 10,000 same amount will be copied, whatever is the amount of balance CD, same amount will be copied this side also. This will be done on the next date, on the date what we have closed the account, that is June 30th. Just on the next day of June 30th, the next day after June 30th is July 1st, so we'll make this entry on July 1st to balance BD 10,000. Similarly we'll do for all the accounts. After you have made all the postings, you will do for all the accounts. Like you can see here in cash account we have amount this side also, on debit side also we also have amount on the credit side, but clearly you can see this side we have 4,900 as well as 27,500, and this side we only have 9,600, so this side is more. So the total of this side is 32,400. 4,900 plus 27,500 gives us 32,400. This 32,400 is copied on the credit side also, although the total of credit side is not 32,400, but you will copy the same total, whichever side is more. This side is more, 32,400, so the same total will copy also this side, 32,400. From this 32,400 you will deduct whatever is on the amount column. From 32,400 I have deducted 9,600, so I got 22,800. This 22,800 will be written as balance CD. This is the balance CD. In this case the 10,000 minus 0 was 10,000. Here we have 32,400 minus 9,600, that is 22,800. This will be known as by balance CD. This will also be on the ending date of the month on which transactions are made, that is on June 30th. This by balance CD will be transferred to the debit side below the total on the next date, that is July 1st to balance BD 22,800. Now see discount received account. In discount received account we have on the credit side 400, but on the debit side we don't have anything, so the credit side total is more, so we have copied the total on the total column 400. This total will also be shifted to the other side 400. Here we don't have anything in the amount column, so 400 minus 0 will give us 400. This will be the balance CD here, so to balance CD 400 on the debit side it has come this side. Now in the previous two accounts the balance CD was on the credit side, but in this account the balance CD is on the debit side 400, that is on the ending date of the month, as I have told you, June 30th. The same balance CD will also be copied below the total. Below the total it will be written on the next date. From June 30th it has come to July 1st by balance BD